everyone again. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I'm very glad to be here today to share a little bit of my story and all the insights I have gained so far. So hopefully we can have a very good dream, but still awaken very freshly after the dream. So petite, don't speak English very well, not have a wealthy family background, and being a Vietnamese. So this is me 15 years ago, and I was totally confident about myself, very proud. And to a certain point whereby I told myself there's nothing I cannot do. So this is me. What happened in 2007 was something that shaken my confidence and self-esteem. So I got the scholarships to study overseas in Singapore for my MBA program. I was thrown to the environment whereby everyone was speaking English. We got Indian, we have British people. The accents are very difficult to understand. And everyone was, everything around me was reading, all the textbooks are full of English. Everything is English, where I was in which I was not really comfortable with. So every time, I think most of you might be familiar with what I experienced before, whereby when you talk to someone in English, you have to, there's a certain process going on in your brain. You need to translate back to Vietnamese, and then you develop something in your head, your thought, and then you translate back to English. So a lot of things going on in my head during that time in 2007, until the second half of the first semester, whereby the class starts to split up to do project work, meaning we need to group different people into the group so that we can do the project. And to my surprise, and I was very shocked, I was not included in many groups, and majority of them are from Singapore. I think I'm very intelligent, I'm very smart, and I'm very hardworking. Why they didn't accept me? So I realized for Singaporean, this is a very normal understanding about Singaporean. They have something like kiasu, meaning nothing to lose. So whenever they want to recruit people in the team, they want to make sure this person will not destroy or create any threat to their scoring. So that's why I was not included, because in their eyes, I was slow, my speaking was not good, because the whole process, right, English, Vietnamese, English, so that's why it happened. So at first, I felt quite sorry about myself. So the same confident girl become very pity about herself. Then I thought, is it good to have this emotion? I think it's good. After looking back all these years, the emotion of feeling sorry about yourself is good. At first, it helps me to awaken me. It helps me to find another solution. But I also understand whenever we feel sorry about ourselves because someone's perception about us, there are always two ways to solve the situation. One way is think the perception is correct about us. We believe in it, and we start to destruct ourselves. So that's one. The other way is to really think, is it really true about yourself? You are that terrible? And start to ask deeper about your inner strength. What are you able to do? What are your special gifts? What are your experiences? Why you are here? All of this came up into my mind and helped me to overcome the embarrassment of being a Vietnamese among all the foreigners. And what I did was, I dig further of what are my strengths, what are my skills, where should I participate in all those projects or classes I took and I signed up for, and I focus a lot on those strengths. that I'm worth it. Until the point, I think for the MBA student, Vietnamese MBA student, signed up for 5 courses within 4 months, and then added up another business plan competition with a lot of Indian people. I think is the push for me to really get out of my comfort zone and prove that I'm worth it. And I think it's very worth it. And what I'm trying to say here is, when I was in Vietnam, I was confident, the same person. When I was thrown to another different environment, I can be shaken. But if we believe that we have something unique and only you can do it, we can overcome it. And these are some of my good moments during my MBA times. You can see all the tomboy is me here, all the Indians, me here. So very proud, and until the end of my MBA program, I think I got a lot more in Singaporean friends as my close friends. So what have I learned? Every one of us has a core gift. So the early realization of it will help us to unleash potential in us. And this is what I've been through. And just to remind again, so the reason why I signed up for a lot of courses to really push me through is also to create my own opportunities to strengthen my skills, my strengths and everything, and so on and so forth. And because I follow the same track, I focus on my strength and I believe in it, so that I got the opportunity to become the cabin translator for one of the best performance coach in the world, which is Tony Robbins. I was invited to be the translator for his signature event, Date with Destiny, in Bali in 2010. And at this event is another tipping point for me to prove my belief, which is, okay, just to give you the background, here are a few Vietnamese team members, and you can imagine the event was around 5,000 people, and with people from everywhere in the world, many countries, many nationalities. And because I got the opportunity to be in that room, and it affirms my belief, and this one I'm sure every one of you will agree and will together with me prove that to everyone you meet in the future. This is a belief. Your value, a person's value, is not determined by nationality, your skin complexion, and your education level. Because at this event, I met so many of them from every background I can imagine. But so what determines the value of a person is the purpose of the person, the life purpose, and how well we take actions to prove to live that purpose in life. And also at this event, I learned a formula from him. Earlier in the afternoon, you learned some formulas about how to find your life purpose. And here at this event, what I learned from him is, when you develop your life mission or purpose statement for your life, make sure it includes self and others. It's for your own happiness, but by doing for others as well. So this is what I learned at this event. This is another insight I learned from this event. Every one of us was born with a purpose, with a reason. So it took me, I think, 25 years and more than that to realize that. So the earlier realization of your life purpose, the better, the bigger contribution you can create for the world. So since 2010, I have spent every year, coming to this year is 9 years, I have invested around $60,000. 60? including self-contribution or by being sponsored by the organizer and so on. But in a nutshell, it's 60,000 plus all the air tickets to travel here and there. And I have privilege to meet a lot of best practice people, best gurus in the world in many areas. But then, I asked myself, and I was thinking of the group of Vietnamese who were sent to Bali. So among all the 5,000 people and more, there were only 27 of us Vietnamese. It means the percentage of people can access this opportunity is very limited. How to find our life purpose with less money, shorter time? I think a lot of my friends ask me this question, and I've been thinking about it since then. I think for a person to define their life purpose, it can take years, and I think a lot of them cannot find their life purpose until they die. So it's very sad. And during my work commitments with a lot of experts and organizations all over the world, I've come across a lot of meaningful conversations and insights. And the next one, as you can see it here, where is it? Do you know which? Yeah, Japan. And recently I've been to a conference to, the topic is how to improve or how to transform and get ready for our Vietnamese handcraft villages for Industry 4.0. So I met these people from Japan. They work for JICA, and they share about the story of Japan. And for Japan, now everyone can identify, right? Who's Japanese, how Japanese, what are unique about them. But for them, it took 15 years to be able to find an answer. So 15 years, I think it's about the same as Vietnam, very developing, very booming, a lot of opportunities, a lot of new cultures coming into the country whereby they cannot identify what is Japan, what makes Japan. So until the tipping point whereby the government of Japan decided to sit down and think, okay, among all of these handcraft products of Japan, what can we select to really define Japan? If we don't have that in the pool of traditional products of Japan, will we lose Japan? Will anyone be able to identify this is Japan? So this is Japan's story. So it took them 15 years to make it happen. It's not a long journey for a country. But again, the story about Japan is about the same. Here you can see the same common things. They ask the right question. It's about why Japan, why it's unique about Japan, what makes it unique, and then they start the actions accordingly. So Japan is lucky. Not a lot of countries or cities are lucky as Japan. So this is the project we did in Da Nang 3 years ago, 2016. So when you heard about Da Nang, you will hear a lot of young movement, a lot of freshness, right? But then what is Da Nang? So we asked the same question when we got this project to do the urban planning and economic development for this riverfront, Han riverfront, if you are familiar with it. So when you search on Google, the Da Nang image is only the Dragon Bridge. There's nothing else. So it's not really Da Nang then. So what we did here is again as I mentioned earlier, we asked the first question: what can define Da Nang? And when we dig further into the research, we realized Da Nang is not like Hanoi, whereby you have a lot of cultural richness. Da Nang is about the people, about the startup spirit, because there you can see a lot of startup entrepreneurs, community, and they are doing very actively. And is also the harmony of the people, because if you ever travel to Da Nang, you can feel that it's very easy to live there and we feel included easily and very fast. So this is the sense of identity of Da Nang that we cannot see if we Google search or see any architecture or buildings or those in the city as well. And also we also try to understand the history of Da Nang. And Da Nang started out as the fishing village. So right now when you come there, you can't really see and really tell. So all of these things are the unique gifts of Da Nang. And how could we make use of those to make sure Da Nang can be proud, Da Nang people can be proud of it, and that it can develop out of it. So this is one of the rendering that we did for Da Nang people. And just to share you the good news, even though this one is work in progress, meaning the government had decided to fund the project, but we won, I think, the highest prize. So the People's Choice prize, and then the second one is the highest prize. There's no first prize in this competition, so we are the best. Let's have a look. Something might enlighten you further. So here you can see the fishing, the fish catch tool. We call it Nor in Da Nang. So it's the very unique tool in Da Nang, and we make it as a floating market over here in front of Han River Market. And here, because the startup spirits of Da Nang is very strong, it can be the pioneer of the whole Vietnam. So we dedicate a whole area, the very prime location in the whole development to nurture the spirit, the entrepreneurship of Da Nang people, this area. And this one is also another unique thing of Da Nang. Non nước, núi non nước. But now, if you go there, it's kind of dead, right? So what we try to do with this development is we bring life again. So just in a nutshell, everyone has a gift. Everyone has a purpose. It's the same for a country, it's the same for a city. So this is what I believe in and what is really true as well. So back to the questions of many people ask me, how can we shorten the process, right? Myself, 25 years, a lot of investment, time and money. Japan, 15 years, Da Nang not yet. So how can we do it? I think I'm very privileged or lucky to be able to join a team called Counselors. And Counselors, we have been transforming companies and organizations all over the world, 20 countries, for 15 years. And we have this methodology to help companies and organizations to find the purpose of their business and the uniqueness of their business, the uniqueness of their people, the unique gifts inside them. So I realized, because I try to reflect my personal journey and try to apply the company methodology, and it works. So this is something I'd like to share to you, and as the name it suggests, personal call. So every one of us as a person, we have our calling. This is the life purpose, ability, differentiation and influence. Just sit down, answer these questions from the inside. Then you can define your life purpose statement. I know that I'm already finished my time. So in the journey of doing so, if you have any questions, if you want to share your journey with me, you can drop me a line so that we can start the conversation. So with that, may your unique gifts shape the world.